I think where, we are just for Schbang, we've done reasonably well now. We've got, by a third party, we've gotten sort of ranked as one of the fastest growing companies for the last 3 years. So, it's not a big deal. There's a long way to go, but somewhere you've done some things right. But at the time, I think I left. I had a pretty bad habit at the time, the habit of smoking hash.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah. So I had a pretty bad habit at the time.
I've just putting it out there, and I've spoken about this on the podcast in the past also. I had a bad habit of edibles, like marijuana laced edibles. So I think that's a bunch of us entrepreneurs, and it's not just you and me. It's a lot of entrepreneurs.
Yeah. And so now I'm out of it completely. And we have spoken about this, and that's one of the things we connected over also. But at the time, I remember, I think I got damn lucky because I was out. I was earning a good, nice, fat salary. I was, somebody's willing to buy our company. I decided to get out. I think somewhere the fact that I'm saying that I messed up the exit is also that I didn't fully think it through. I wasn't necessarily thinking it through fully. I wasn't kind of seeing the consequences, the ramifications. I wasn't, protecting myself also fully. So from that standpoint, where I was there is, and at the same time, yes, I was very excited about what we could build further. So I think one of the reasons I can say what worked out was there was a very clear vision on what we wanted to achieve as Schbang. And what gaps we could fill and what kind of people we want to hire and what kind of culture we want to set. So you have to have some kind of a setup to show the largest customers in the country that, look, you can trust me with your mandate.
God.
Because, essentially, why do large companies hire agencies? Because they think that they can do a particular job better. And why do agencies survive or succeed or exist in the world of business is because if
they can actually do it better.
and if my client's business wins, then I win.
Yeah, 100%.
Whatever they've hired me for, I've just got to make sure that I am, one of those catalysts to make sure that their company grows. And that's what I got to keep doing.
You're like a soldier for hire. That's your high level.
It's very well put, actually. It's very well put.
That's pretty much what agencies do and service-based businesses do.
Yeah. So coming back to the point, so we had our first office when we put in a floor plan of 10,000 square feet. First office with 40 people hired on day one with not a single customer to back me. So I put in my savings and I put that into putting this business together. So I was for the first 6 months shitting bricks because you can put it on a business plan. You can write that, in the first year you will have a working capital loss of 1 crore rupees. You can put that on paper, but when it actually happens and it's your own money and it's bleeding out, then you nobody can explain that feeling to you.
Yeah.
Because then things start going crazy. So in my first year and a half, we were bleeding money as per the business plan. We were gaining customers also. Our gap was falling, but we said that we want an initial outlay because we want the customers to trust us and we want the biggest customers to trust us. And actually 2 customers trusted us at the first time. One was Finolex Industries and one was Godrej Consumer. Finolex is a conservative Sindhi company. Godrej is a conservative Parsi company. So I felt that's great because, when you have 2 giant companies which are conservative backing a new house, it sends a great signal to the market that, the old legacy guys say, okay, this guy is okay to work with. So, but obviously you're bleeding money. So that was really difficult in the sense that, to be honest, I also went and found a buyer to buy my business. And I said that, you can take maybe 51% of it, give me all my recovery of my original money back.
God.
He said, okay. But I negotiated that contract with him for 1.5 years. And I put a law firm I spent about 3 lakh rupees on a law firm while negotiating that contract. This guy who wanted to buy me was one of the legends in our industry. I think best 3 lakh rupees I spent in my life because over these 1.5 years, I really got inside the mind of what a legend thinks like. Because the way he was negotiating the contract, I was trying to understand what is going on in his mind. And that's the way I always try to learn, because let me learn by observing what my opposite party is. I think that's most of us, how do we learn? And as you work closer and closer quarters with people, you get to understand them better. And then you think back and reflect, saying, okay, if I was to do this, here's how I do it. So you form your approach. But that was the first 1.5 years. Very scary, very difficult mentally. You are earning approximately you may be earning 5 to 6 lakh a month then you pay yourself a salary of 20,000. So it does a lot of things to you. What it does is it forces you to get disciplined. It forces you to, sort of rethink what are the important things you should be putting priority on. You become more disciplined, more monk-like in a way.
Yeah.
So that's when all of the, automatically all of the hash smoking and all of that went away.
Got it.
So you start going inside because you start becoming